Hey, what's going on, everyone? Carlos here, Carlos Gill TV. Thanks a lot for tuning in once again. I want to start off by saying thank you to all the men and women that have served our great country and continue to serve our great country of the United States of America. Happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there. And I want to take just a couple minutes to first acknowledge my dad, who I'm sure is watching this video. So hey, what's up, Dad? Peace. Want to say that I'm so proud to have a dad who's a veteran, and the older I get, and the more I mature really as a person and as a parent, I really realize the value in having a dad who served in the military, and just really the pride and joy that I have to know that my dad is a veteran. And it's one of those things that growing up as a kid, I really took it for granted. My dad would tell me stories of how he came from Cuba and got drafted to join the U.S. Army right out of high school, and he really didn't know much English. And he would tell me all these stories, and it was just one of those things as a kid. It kind of goes in through one ear, goes out through the other, and you really take those stories for granted. But now that I look back and I think of, I'm 31 years old, I've got two kids, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I honestly don't have any cool stories to tell them about me being in the military or really doing anything cool other than working after I dropped out of high school at 17. So maybe someday they'll look back and I'll do some really cool things and my kids will say, wow, my dad really did something that was impressive. And then they'll tell their kids about it, and maybe they'll be on YouTube or something else telling the whole world about it. But it's just really interesting that I take these things, or I took these things for granted as a kid, and now as I get older, I really look back and say, wow, that's just really amazing. So kudos to you, Dad. Thank you so much for serving our country. I want to share with all of you out there pictures of my dad today saluting the great flag. Yes, that's my pops, as you see. In front of his house, saluting the flag like a proud veteran that he is. And I really want to segue into the topic of today's video, and that's real-time marketing. And because it is Veterans Day, I want to put the spin around real-time marketing, and for brands, how brands can capitalize on days like today to go ahead and make money, but also give back to people out there. So, for starters, I go to a lot of conferences and I hear all these buzzwords, programmatic and omni-channel, and real-time marketing is one of those. And I'm not a big proponent or a fan of buzzwords, so I want to break down for all of you marketers out there, or anyone that's watching, what in my opinion real-time marketing is. And from my point of view, what real-time marketing is listening to what people are saying about your brand or about the competition or about the season and reacting to it. So listen to this concept for just 1 second. Social media gives every brand out there an opportunity to listen. And what's great about Twitter especially is that you can go on Twitter, you can look up hashtag Veterans Day, and you can see and listen to what every person out there in the Twitter sphere is saying. Not only about Veterans Day, but just any day, okay? And what's great is that once you listen, you can also react, okay, to what the masses are talking about. So let's take a day like today, Veterans Day, for example. You've got a lot of people who are talking about Veterans Day. You have a lot of vets out there. What are some of the top brands out there doing today for Veterans Day? They're giving away free product, right? They're giving away freebies. They're making veterans feel valued, which is fantastic, and I give kudos to those brands out there. And I'm going to name a couple of them in just a second. But let's think about this for a second. So you got a lot of vets, you have a lot of people using social media, and you've got a holiday like Veterans Day in which you can actually give back. So Olive Garden, Chili's, IHOP, TGI Fridays, these are all brands they're giving away free product today to give back to veterans. That, my friends, is what I consider real-time marketing. It's taking a season, it's taking a day, and it's actually putting a spin around it. And what the brand is doing is they're owning it, but they're giving back value to the end user, which in this case is the customer. So taking my dad, who's a proud veteran, for example, I get text message from my mom this afternoon around lunch that they are at Olive Garden because Olive Garden was giving away free meals all day long to veterans, either vets that have served or servicemen that are currently serving our country today. So Olive Garden is giving away free meals. What's Olive Garden also doing? They're reaping the benefits by having people talking about their brand on social media. Someone like myself, for example, who's not a veteran, tweeted like 2 or 3 times, kudos to Olive Garden for the great marketing. Thank you to Olive Garden for taking care of my dad. Thank you to Olive Garden for taking care of all the vets out there. So you've got people talking about Olive Garden, all these brands that are giving back. Then you have the hashtag VeteransDayDeals, because again, you've got veterans, their wives, their kids, etc. They're using social media. They're also listening to what's being offered and what's being said. So now you've got these brands like the Olive Garden that are inserting themselves in the conversation. That has to do with Veterans Day. So again, they're giving away free product. They're offering value. One of the mistakes that brands do, especially through social media, is they don't listen. What they want to do is they want to sell more stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a marketer. Okay, I work for a brand, and like many marketers out there, our end game is to try to build more relevancy between consumers and our products. So our goal is to try to sell more stuff. But social media, what's great about it is that it's a resource in which you can get the product and you can get the consumer and you can connect them with one another by listening and by engaging. Okay, so where a lot of brands tend to mess up is they're pushing product. And I don't want to name names because I don't believe in taking brands that aren't doing the good job. But you've got brands out there that on days like today...
Daddy?
Yes?
It's hot upstairs.
Okay, just so everyone knows, this is not supposed to happen in the middle of my vlog. Say hi to everyone out there.
Hi.
Okay, what's up?
It feels like a burning oven upstairs.
Okay, well the heat's off. Have your mommy crack a window open.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Alright, sorry to everyone out there. That is my cute daughter. She's 5 years old. We are now in St. Louis, where it is in the low 30s tonight, and we are not used to using the heater in our house coming from Florida, so she just came down to tell me how hot it is here in our house. So sorry about that to all of you out there. And that's what's great about video blogging and about social, because now you can see what totally just happened that wasn't supposed to happen. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying. So you've got brands out there that are doing the complete opposite. Instead of saying, veterans, we appreciate you, have something for free, here you go. Instead, they're not doing that. They're saying, shop with us because we have a 20% off sale. I can tell you, I was at a store tonight looking for some winter coats, and they had signs all over the place. Veterans Day sale, save 20%, save 25%. Why is a brand going to commercialize a holiday, okay, when it's all about thanking people and giving back, okay? I don't want your 20%. Instead, do me a favor. Take that 20% and give it back to veterans that need jobs, veterans that need homes, veterans that need food to eat, okay? That's what I say. So I want to give, again, props to the IHOPs for giving vets free breakfast today, the Olive Gardens, the Chili's, the TGI Fridays, and everyone else out there that gave back to the veterans. But getting back to my dad. So he goes to Olive Garden, he has free lunch, life's good. Then dinner rolls around. My mom texts me, hey, your dad and I are on our way to Chili's. They walk into Chili's. She texts me, this place is packed. We need to get out of here and go somewhere else. Again, kudos to Chili's. They're taking advantage of the fact that it's Veterans Day. In the state of Florida, there are at least over 1 million veterans, real talk. I did look that up. And they are packed on a Tuesday night when otherwise they would probably be empty, if not pretty close to it. So what do my parents wind up doing? They go back to Olive Garden where they had lunch. And my dad got another free meal from Olive Garden, which is just super cool. But again, it goes back to offering value to your customers. And to connect this with real-time marketing, offer as much value as you can by way of listening and engaging with customers out there. I'm going to show you an example that hits home with me. So Outback Steakhouse, which I'm a big fan of, their social content. I'm a big fan of the brand, not only because I've been eating there since I was a kid and I love the food, but because when I tweet to Outback, they tweet back. When I go there and I check in on Swarm, formerly known as Foursquare, they engage with me back. Outback makes me as a customer feel valued, and they earn my business to keep coming back. So a couple months ago was my birthday, and I tweeted out there to just the masses, where can I go get a free meal on my birthday? I was really just curious to find out where can I get a free meal. So guess what happens? Outback, not only do they tweet back to me and wish me happy birthday, but they ask me for my address. So I direct message them my address. They send me a, Outback goes ahead and sends me a postcard to my address. And inside of this card, it says, "Good day, Carlos. Happy blooming birthday. Thanks for always being there for us on Twitter. @Outback. Hashtag Outback Surprise." Right here, you got it. And there was a gift card in here. I believe it was a $20 gift card to use towards my meal. And there was also a free blooming onion appetizer card. Again, that, folks, is real-time marketing. Not, hey, happy birthday, here's 15% off. Okay, but actually value that I was able to bring in store and redeem. Again, real-time marketing, listening to what people are saying about your brand, reacting and engaging and offering value. Nobody, and I'm telling you this from experience, nobody wants to be sold to on social media. People go on social media to disconnect from reality, to disconnect from that cubicle they sit in, to disconnect from the bills, disconnect from the stress in life. They go on Facebook because they want to see what their friends are doing. They want to share the happy moments in their lives. They want to see and read the news on Twitter. They go on Instagram because Instagram is like a Hallmark card and everything on there looks good. People don't want to be sold to. If they want to be sold to, they would go to a shopping mall and they go in and out of every store and they'd be greeted. That's not how social media works. So again, think of Outback right here. And Cheesecake Factory did the same thing. Cheesecake Factory sent me a e-gift certificate for $25 towards my meal. So again, thank you, Cheesecake Factory. I love you guys. But be the Olive Gardens, be the Outbacks, be the Cheesecake Factories, be the Chili's, be the brand that people want to do business with and people want to keep coming back to. Because let me tell you something, it's better to give your customers just enough value to keep them coming back and tell all their friends about it, like I'm telling everyone out there, and I'm not being compensated by any of these brands, just so you know, but be that brand, okay? Don't be the brand that is just saying, hey, come shop with us because it's Veterans Day and we think we know real-time marketing, so here's 15% off, or here's free shipping. Don't be that brand. Be the brand that makes people want to keep coming back. That, my friends, is real talk. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel my passion out there.